Hey everyone, today is August 5th, 2010, and here I'm going to do a little product review here. I have this as a Megahome water distiller. Now, the reason I decided to get this was because I went to Whole Foods and they actually sell reverse osmosis water there, and it was really good. And that got me into looking about how to, make my own water, because I don't really feel like going to the store and hauling it back, every time I run out of water. What is a distiller here? It's really very simple. There's this boiling tank, so you put the water in here. And then there's this boiler unit, which looks like this. And you plug this in, and it heats the water until it boils. And you can see there's this little hole there, so the steam goes through that hole. And then, there's these condensing coils over here, and a fan, which then cools the water. Turning it. It's just air cooled. So it turns the steam back into water, and then it drips out through here, and here there's also a little carbon filter to do any kind of last minute filtration, and so all the contaminants get left behind in the tank, and what drips out is distilled water. Now, why did I get one of these? It's because carbon filters, like Britta, doesn't get out everything, and such as dissolved salts or fluoride or other stuff that really is not so great for you, but is in our water, and it also tastes a lot better. The water that comes out of here it's really good, and I think everyone, I've given my friends some of this, and they all love it. And one thing I would do is to get glass containers to store the water in, because it does take about 5.5 to 6 hours to boil off 1 gallon of water and recondense it recondense the steam back into water. And I noticed that the water is really pure, that it'll pick up any kind of flavor that's in the container. So glass is generally the best thing to store it in, since it doesn't seem to give off any flavors. So what I like to do now, distilling gets out everything, but not everything. Most things, it won't get out things that vaporize near the boiling point of water, because they'll simply just get boiled off and then recondensed back into your pot here. That's why I like to run it through a carbon filter. So I usually just get water out of my fridge here. As you can see, this is my fridge. There's a little water filter there, and this actually does work, because I've actually distilled water both straight from the tap and also filtered through the refrigerator, and there's actually less residue than if I just get the water from the tap. And the carbon filter basically will take out everything distilling won't take out, mainly VOCs, volatile organic chemicals, I think that stands for. But it's really simple to use, and it's really a great way to get really great tasting water. I've really rarely ever drink water this pure until I actually got something like this. So I'll just demonstrate how it works. It comes with this glass jar, and I just fill this up, and I'm just gonna keep going until this thing is full, and put the camera down for 1 minute. Okay, so here it is. I just filled this up with a gallon of filtered water out of my fridge, and you can see the lid here comes off, which I'm just gonna pull this off and set the camera down for a second here. Just pull the lid off, and then you simply pour your untreated water into here, like that. And I could probably, the line over there tells you where it's full, so I can, actually I didn't fill it quite up, so I'll just get some more water here. And, just a little bit more to just top it off. And next thing you do is you just simply put this, the boiler unit back on, like that. And you plug it in over here. There's actually two cords here. So you plug in the cord here, and then you plug in, like right over there, then you plug in the other cord. This goes in this unit, and you plug this one into the wall outlet right over here. Okay, so after that, you just simply, I'm just gonna drop it off here and put the nozzle underneath here, and then press this button to turn it on, and then that starts the unit. Now what's going to happen is, like I said, it's pulling about 550 watts, and it's going to boil the water that's in the tank. The steam will rise into these condensing coils. The fan, it's air cooled, so it converts the steam back into water. It'll drip through these carbon filters, and it does come with a box of carbon filters to trap anything that that escaped the distillation. And the water will drip here, and in about 6 hours or so, depending on the starting temperature of the water, you'll have a whole gallon of, or around 4 liters of distilled water. So that's really it. And so let this run, and we'll come back around 5 or 6 hours later to see how much water it gets. Also, it'll shut off by itself once it's all done, so you don't have to worry about it overheating when it'll just turn itself off. All right, that's it. All right, well, now the distiller, it's been running for a couple hours by now, so you can see that there's water starting to drip down, and it drips down in here, and it's getting really hot too, and because that's basically how it works. It boils the water and recondenses it, so it does get very hot. But yeah, in another 3 or 4 hours, you'll fill up that jug with fresh distilled water. And yeah, when it's done, we can open this up, and you can see all the stuff the residue that's been left behind. Okay, just let this boil away for the next few hours and come back later. Alright, so it's been about 5 or 6 hours later, and my distiller has boiled off a gallon of water, and I just wanted to show you the residue here. And you can see it's this gray brownish residue that's left behind that has been taken out of the water. And usually you have to just rinse this out and dump it down the drain, but it does build up the deposits. I mean, when you buy this one, it comes with actually this residue cleaner right here. If there's too much deposits, you can just put a couple tablespoons here and throw it in there and boil a gallon of water until it starts boiling. Then dump it out, and that will loosen any deposits. It actually works pretty well. So that's really it. I mean, like I said, it's a very simple way, but very effective way to purify water. And you can see that the water that we drink is not really pure. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't really know what it is, but I doubt it's good for you. So here, that's the Megahome water distiller. You can get this off Amazon, or just type water distiller in the internet, and there's a bunch of them. I mean, they vary in price depending on the finish and capacity, and how many watts they can put out. So that affects the time it takes. This is a 550 watt distiller, which would take about 3 hours to make a gallon of, I'm sorry, 6 hours to make a gallon of water. It takes about 3 kilowatts of electricity to distill a gallon of water. That means it's about 25 cents for every gallon. So that's really it. Alright, this is the Megahome Distiller, and I really recommend it. It produces some of the best tasting water that I've ever had. So that's all.